For each week, I like to do a review of the readings. Again, it's not overly intense, but I think it's a good recap for what was covered over the previous week. As I said in the first module, I don't like to do the overview the same week as the readings because I think it takes away from the actual reading, and I think it can skew your opinions. With that being said, these first three chapters really are an introduction to adult learning and andragogy, and the book spends a great deal of time presenting the research on the field and how we got to where we are. And it talks about the different factors that influence adult learning and andragogy, and then gets into the 6 principles which deal with the learners need to know. And I think each of these 6 principles is very valid in my opinion. Obviously, it was part of your previous assignment, but when you think about it, with adult learners, they have to understand, why do I need to know this? You can't just give people an assignment. They want to know why. What is the value in that assignment? Why do I need to learn this? What is the value? And then you have the self-concept of the learner. And the whole idea behind this is that learning is on that adult. They are responsible for their own decisions. And I've noticed in a lot of my courses, if I have a blend of college students and adult learners, you can definitely see a difference in the adult learners. Usually they're more engaged, they're more active, they're more involved in the course. Prior experience of the learner is huge. I'm taking some MBA courses now, and you can tell the difference between a student who has those experiences and the student that doesn't. And as we continue to age, we have more and more experiences, and those form the basis of our opinions, our viewpoints, and are a valuable resource. And what makes us attractive to employers is that we have this experience and we bring that with us into the classroom, into the learning environment. Next is a readiness to learn. Obviously, all of you are in this class for a reason. You're ready to learn, you're ready to improve your life, you're ready to get a degree. And that is a huge component of adult learning, is this idea that we are ready to learn and we are eager to learn. Next, you have orientation to learning. And adults view learning as an opportunity to improve their lives, to become better workers, to become more effective workers, and there's a value to that. It's not just simply learning for learning, there's a value to it. Then finally, the motivation to learn. As previously noted, you all are here for a reason. You're motivated, you want to learn, you want to grow as an individual because you see the benefit in it. You will become more productive, you will become more attractive to potential employers. It will get you a better job, a better quality of life, and there's a motivation factor that isn't always there when we're looking at children. Next, we got into talking a little bit about theory and what a theory is. And behind any concept and the idea, there is a theory. This is what I believe will happen. This is how I can explain this phenomenon. And here's a theory. Now, in any field, that's going to get tested over and over and over and over again. And people are always going to try to poke holes in a theory. We all have theories, but we would have to do a lot of research to determine whether or not those are actually true. And andragogy is a theory of learning, and it is slowly growing, and as the book showcases, it's a combination of numerous factors that have made this field grow and become what it is. And then we looked at what is learning and the idea of learning, and comparing learning to teaching, comparing learning to education, and the idea of what truly is learning and what do we accomplish in learning. Obviously, we're gaining a skill, knowledge, ability to do something. That is what learning is. We learn every day. I always talked, when I taught high school, I always told my students, once you leave high school, you don't stop learning. You're learning something new every day. Whether you get a job at McDonald's, you have to learn how to make sandwiches, how to ring customers up, or you go into a professional field, whatever that may be. You are learning constantly and growing as an individual. the chapters always looked a little bit at the history and growth of andragogy and how it hasn't been around that long. And I think the book does a really good job of talking about the different impacts as far as social sciences, adult education, how they have influenced andragogy, and where we have gotten to today. I think after reading these 3 chapters, we all have a firm understanding of where we stand as far as andragogy, what the research says, what it was built upon. And then the chapter ties up talking a little bit about comparing the learning of children and adults, which ties into your discussion question, and that there is a difference. And with pedagogy, it's more teacher-centered. With andragogy, it's more student-centered, and there is a difference. And if we try to teach adults the same way we taught children, we'd have some major issues, and vice versa as well. So it's important to know there is a difference between the two. And as we go forward in this course, I will continue to investigate the field.